Hello, Jacksonville High School parents and students. This is Mr. Peacock again with another update about everything and all things that are going on at Jacksonville High School. Just want to make sure before we get into this today that we say a few things. Number one, this is still very much an evolving situation. Some of the guidance that we're getting from TEA and Austin, it continues to change. We are going to do the very best we can, like we always do, to keep our parents and students informed so that they can have the most successful school year possible. So again, I mentioned in the last video, please give us grace. Please also be adaptable as we deal through these many changes and all of the different guidance and changing guidance that we often get. Next thing I want to say before we jump into the specifics, and I'm just going to write it on the board. So in advance, because the school year hasn't officially started, I hope that all of our parents and all of our students find the time at multiple points during this school year to really reach out and thank our teachers. Guys, our JHS teachers, our teachers across the district have been working incredibly hard, even when they're at home on vacation, to prepare for this school year. It is going to be an extremely difficult school year for a lot of us. It's still going to be a great school year, but it's going to be extremely challenging. And our teachers at Jacksonville High School are going to be working hard, and they're going to have a lot of obstacles that they have to overcome. So I really hope that our parents and students understand and appreciate all the sacrifices and all the hard work that our teachers are going to be making both now and in the future. It is a really tough time and an unpredictable time for everybody. We know that, and I'm very grateful for our hardworking JHS teachers for all that they've done and will continue to do to help our students learn. So next thing I want to get into real quick. Let's talk about something I mentioned last week and what I want to mention again, guys. At Jacksonville High School, learning is always priority number one. We've been through a lot the last few months. Learning is going to look a little bit different this year for a lot of our students who choose to learn virtually. But one thing remains the same. Good instruction, good teaching will never go out of style. So I want to encourage all our students, all our parents to always put learning first. In the world as we know it, which changes rapidly, the smarter you are, the more prepared you are, the more hardworking you are, the more likely it is that you are going to be successful. So I really want to encourage our JHS students to continue to push hard, continue to work hard, and continue to do the very best that you can do in the classroom, whether it's in person or virtual. That work ethic, that sense of responsibility will never go out of style, and it's just important now as it ever has been. Next thing I want to talk about, guys, is the updated dress code. You've probably seen some stuff about this on Facebook or online somewhere. So the big things about the updated dress code, guys, a couple of things. First thing is we are allowing spirit shirts and college shirts each and every day of the week. So you can wear your college shirt or your spirit shirt each day. And then as always, the traditional approved school shirts, the collared, the solid colored polo shirts or button-up shirts in a solid color, those are still okay every day also. The next big thing that was added to the dress code is the policy about face coverings. I outlined that policy in the video that went out earlier this week. Please make sure you watch that for more details. Just remember, guys, the district is going to issue gaiters, neck gaiters. Some people call those neck buffs. We're going to issue those to all of our students. Okay, so we'll give you those, but when it comes to those three things, a mask from home, a shield, or a gaiter, our students have to wear at least one of those things. You can wear more than one, but at least one. Big shout out to our band students this week. Mr. Barrier and the band staff have a great plan to keep our students as safe as possible. But every single band student that I saw get out of a car this week had a mask on. That's really a testament to our parents, how seriously they're taking this issue and how seriously our students are taking this issue. And that's what it needs to look like for every student at Jacksonville High School when class starts back on August 18th. So, last thing I want to mention about face coverings is we have to make sure that face coverings are appropriate. So guys, if you have a mask that you're bringing from home, make sure there's nothing inappropriate on it, that you don't write anything inappropriate on that. Obviously, that would become a discipline issue, and we don't need anything disruptive. Make sure we're staying safe and that our face coverings are appropriate. That's also going to be included in the dress code. Next thing I want to talk about real quick is a hot topic everywhere across the state and even here at Jacksonville High School, and that is virtual learning. Mentioned this in the last video that came out earlier this week. Just a few quick reminders. First thing, our platform will be Microsoft Teams, okay? So remember, parents and students, if you choose virtual learning, you do need to have a reliable internet access, reliable computer access, and our students need to be somewhat familiar with Microsoft Teams. The school district and Jacksonville High School will not be issuing laptops to each and every kid who's doing virtual learning. So you do need to have that reliable computer access at home to make this work. Jacksonville High School will not be issuing laptops to all of our students. Next thing I want to mention real quick, guys, is you have to log in daily and make progress daily when it comes to virtual learning. So this is going to look a lot different than it did in the spring, okay? We are going to be pushing out new content each day, each week. Our teachers are going to be responsible for that for each one of their classes. They're going to work really, really hard. So make sure, students, that you are logging in every day and making progress every day when it comes to virtual learning. That's really important. Next thing I want to talk about real quick, something we also mentioned earlier in the week, and we're going to call this the extracurricular, this is a mouthful, and co-curricular list. And you are going to see that list right now as I'm talking. You will see that on the screen. If you are a student who is enrolled in one of those courses on this extracurricular, co-curricular list, you will be required to come to Jacksonville High School in person for those classes, okay? You'll be required to get transportation here and to get transportation back home. The school will not provide that to you for these classes. So the best example always, guys, there's a lot of classes on there, but let's say you have Mr. Trailer's digital media class and you have it 5th period, okay? And that's the only class you have on your schedule that's listed on the co-curricular extracurricular list. Your parents will be responsible for bringing you right before 5th period starts. You'll go to Mr. Trailer's class in person, and then your parents and families will be required to take you back home once 5th period is over. So that's a really, really big deal, guys. We want to get that list out to you as soon as possible because the deadline for the instructional choice decision is this coming Tuesday, August 4th. If you have any questions about that list, please don't hesitate to email me, ben.peacock@jisd.org. But if you're in a class on that list, you are expected to come face-to-face in person to the high school for your learning during that class. Next thing I want to mention real quick, guys, is your login, okay? So if you are a virtual learner and you forget your login information, you will need to email Jan Weeks, the wonderful Miss Weeks, who's a legend around here and has been working here a long time. You'll email her. We have a streamlined process for getting your username and password back to you. So if you are thinking about virtual learning, if you've already signed up for it, or if you're going to choose that before August 4th, make sure you know your school login and password. And if you don't, please email Miss Week so we can get that to you. Next thing I want to mention real quick, guys. It's a basic thing, but it's oh so very important, especially this year, and that is attendance. Whether you are an in-person learner or a virtual learner, your attendance is absolutely crucial. We want you to be here every day if you're in person. We want you to be logging in, making progress on your virtual learning through Microsoft Teams every day if you are a virtual learner. This is very, very important. I will remind you at this point, guys, if you have any questions about the instructional choice decision process, please watch the video we sent out earlier this week. It outlines that process in detail, the windows for changing, the deadlines, and all that good stuff. Please consult that video on the Jacksonville High School Facebook page or the JISD District Facebook page. We also emailed that first video to all our students via their student email addresses. Next thing I want to mention here real quick, guys, is this year, because of safety concerns, we are not going to have Powwow. I know a lot of our students love Powwow, a lot of our parents and teachers loved it too, but at this point it is not safe, considering the current constraints that we have due to COVID-19, to have an abundance of kids together, shoulder to shoulder in the cafeteria. Powwow is really not good for social distancing, so we will not be having Powwow this year. We do have a schedule that we have made called an enrichment schedule. So it's very important, let me add a T there, it's very important that our students have time for tutorials and for assistance when it comes to their learning. So if we're able to get the school year off to a safe start and we keep our COVID-19 numbers to nothing or very, very limited, once we can open safely and stay open safely, we will look into starting the enrichment schedule. And the enrichment schedule allows for a tutorial time within the school day between periods 2 and 3. So we're very excited about this, and I hope we can stay open and stay safe when it comes to COVID-19 so we can implement this schedule. It's there if we need it, and I'm really looking forward to being able to use it if we keep things safe when it comes to COVID-19. Next thing I want to talk about real quick, guys, and it's really the last thing. I think everybody at this point knows that COVID-19 has made its way to East Texas, and it's very much made its way to Cherokee County and to the city of Jacksonville. I think all of us at this point know people who have been infected with this disease, who have tested positive, and I just want to reiterate one more time, guys, how important it is for us all to stay safe and to make smart choices, whether that's washing your hands and cleaning surface areas, but especially these two, wearing face coverings whenever you're around other people and making sure you're as distant as you can possibly be. We have seen cases in this county go up quite significantly in the last few weeks, and we might see them continue to rise. So I implore our students, please be safe, not just when you come back to school August 18th, but when you're at home, when you're out and about with your family members and your loved ones. I cannot reiterate that enough. Please be smart and please be safe when it comes to COVID-19 precautions. Thanks, everybody. We'll continue to be in touch. Remember to email if you have any questions, and we will see you soon.